Dang it. Okay, man. Sorry, I gotta do some 2 videos now. But okay, so let me carry on. I hate when that happens. Okay, but all right now. So yeah. So yeah, I was with Caleb. We were shooting heroin really bad. I ended up getting locked up again. I had to go to Safe P. I failed a drug test. Like, I mean, I had probation sewed up. Like, I was getting away with the grace of God was amazing. Like, it wasn't the devil that allowed me to do these things. No, it was just God allowing me to do this stuff because I had lessons to learn. In His grace. When He could have been, pounded me with lessons. I mean, He let me make it. He let me enjoy my time. And learn what I need to learn. And experience what I needed to experience in the way I needed to. But so eventually after I get on disability, and I got probation officer having to come to my house. She's not even drug testing me. Like I get it wrong, I get drug tested, and I'm on felony probation. Um, and so I gotta go and I failed drug test, and okay, you gotta go safety. I didn't even know you could choose. Like oh, I'm just gonna do my time. I didn't even know you could do that. Like, but because like man, I signed for a probation office and then went in there and was like, oh shit, like oh you got the choice, like but then all these people complain about going there and say it's so hard or it's such bullshit. Like they would much rather go do their time. Like if you know how to act, if you got any kind of respect, any kind of self-driven attitude about yourself, any kind of like I'm gonna do what I gotta do and be the best at it and do the best that I can kind of attitude, then it's a breeze. Like I ended up being client of the month my last month, and without even trying, I almost got all the way up to being an elder there. Like it's as bad as you let it be. It's as bad as you make it out to be, or it's as good as you make it out to be. You're either gonna grow better or bitter. I chose to grow better. That's just me. But so after, so I go through that and I learned. That's where I learned that like, my whole mindset after this changed. Like my whole freaking mindset changed after this. I learned that we're in control of our thoughts. I learned that our actions are because of our thoughts, and our thoughts lead to our feelings, and our feelings lead to our actions. We are going to act on how we feel. If we feel good, then we're gonna go do things so we can perpetuate that good feeling. Or the thought like, hey, I want to feel good, so you go feel good. Someone makes you mad and angry, and then you feel that anger and that frustration, and then you burst out. You respond to it. But the feeling always comes before the action, and your thoughts always lead to that feeling. So learning this, and then learning that you have the power to control this. You have the power to control what goes in your mind and what comes out of your mouth. And it's amazing. Like it transformed my life. Like it really did wonders. No more depression, no more like, and then like realizing that I can manifest my reality and create what I want to create in my life and be who I want to be. Is amazing. It's so wonderful. And so that's where I was first learning how to do that. Like that was the greatest place. Like who would want to take it? Who would want to take that for granted? Who would not want to take advantage of that? Like that doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Like, but like a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't think deep. A lot of people don't take the time to sit there and realize that like as much as you can't take this life seriously, like you gotta get in this life. Like you gotta take it more serious than some people do. But if you're gonna be so serious where you're getting mad and frustrated and pissed off and where you can't ever chill, no, 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 no. In no way is that what I mean. But man, when you're going through something intense like that, like man, make the most out of it. You know. But so I get out. I end up leaving Kayla. She wasn't going the direction that I wanted to go. I didn't feel like. I left her. I got with someone else. That didn't work out, and it ended up being a really, really bad breakup. Really bad breakup. And then at that one of the nights that like I was crying on the phone to her, and I was crying on the phone to her, and it was just really bad. Like I wish I could fix what I did and get her back, and I couldn't. And so I felt like some dark entity outside picked up on my emotion that I was going through, and literally that night It was like one demon at the door, and then it turned into four in my freaking room, or dark entities. Sorry, I gotta get rid of that word demon. Okay, dark entities. Okay, and it went from one to four, and it was molesting me in my bed. Like it felt like it wanted to get inside of me, and it was very, very nasty and ugly and malicious, and it was not cool at all. Like it was crazy, and yeah, and then when it come in there, like it put me asleep. Like it was like where like I was like half awake, half asleep, and it's happened for like 2 hours. Okay, like I don't know, maybe it took me off somewhere, and and it just made me wanted to because I've watched some of these movies, they could have planted it in my head, whatever I wanted to, and it wanted me to think that. But either way, though, man, I felt them all over me, and it was like they wanted to get inside of me. It was not good. Really crazy. And then after that, I meet somebody. She's got 3 kids, and this is whenever I get clean. I get clean for my first times, and but I might get on methadone to do it, and I'm not doing any other drugs. Like, and if you're anybody that's ever had to be on methadone, you understand and you realize that yes, it is clean. If you're not using any other drugs, you experience your emotions. You get to start living life and taking care of business and doing what you got to do and being there for the ones that love you and being there for yourself, and you learn how to love yourself. So if that's not being clean, then what is? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, but I just don't understand why people want to hate and judge on somebody because they need a little help to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like it is okay. It is what it is. Um, so it's the first time that I had like a family, and I wasn't in my kid's life, but I got to be in these kids' lives, and they just had amazing love for me. And the little boy who was 5, and he ended up crying in his dad's arms. Like it was like 4 months in a relationship with her, and he ended up crying in his dad's arms, saying, I want Blake. I want Blake. I want to go home. I want Blake." Like in his own dad's arms, like crying, not wanting to go with him, wanting to come back home with me. Like that, just like I hated that for that dude, but man, it meant the world to me. Like because the love I had for these kids, and for what I was doing, and being in that family unit, and I learned in my sign and stuff, and the time I was born and everything, like that's where I thrive. That's where I do the best. Is when I got a family of my own, like in family mode. Like I fucking kick ass. Like I know what's up. Like I'm great at disciplining kids. I'm great at knowing, how to, encourage, reward for doing good. Not just punishing when they're doing bad, but reward them when they're doing good. Just all these good things to do. And to know how to be a father without never really having one of my own. Like my mother about a year or so back called me a bastard, and really she wasn't that wrong. You know, but so it was cool. I started learning things about myself, started to love myself, started seeing that there is something great inside of me, that there's amazing love inside of me, and that I do have a purpose, and that life is actually beautiful, and God granted me everything I ever wanted. He granted me a family, and it was great, and then after a time, it got ripped away from me. Yeah, CPS got involved, and because we did start using after about so I was clean for close to a year, but with her for about 7 months. And 3 months into that relationship, we started using drugs again. So, um, because I'm jumping around. I mean, I'm missing some things. Like this isn't everything, but everything that's of importance, that hopefully, can give some experience, strength, and hope. That's just the purpose of this. But so yeah, it gets ripped away from me. You see everything involved, and I can't see them no more, and then the woman stepped away without any explanation. I knew why, but I just wanted to be told why, and at least like she didn't say nothing. She just left, and that was it. And not having closure is the worst. Like it is the worst thing. Okay, and so like I wasn't on drugs that bad. But after that happened, like I was like, and I've never been the type to sell drugs, never want to. I've always been a hippie little, hippie lover dude, stoner dude, not stoner though. I just a little hippie druggie, peace, love, and happiness, what I've always been about. And well, I decided, what, I'm gonna get in the devil's business. I'm gonna start selling the shit, and I made it happen, and I was pretty decent at it, at least supporting my own habit. And I was the one that I never ripped nobody off. You know, was very respectful. You know, and luckily I only attracted good custos. You know, like people that for the most part did me right and didn't try doing me dirty. Only one did, but it's okay. It's what it is. But it's the nature of the beast. You know, but um, I ended up meeting some really good people, you know, when I did that, you know, some really good people that you don't meet in that life, that you don't meet doing that stuff, you know, but just because what I put out, my vibes, it just naturally, that's just kind of people I attracted to deal with, you know, and then in that, after I ended up getting with someone else, I tried getting back with Kayla a bunch of times because I knew I should have never left her. She was my best friend. She was the one that was actually good to me. And well, I was so wrong. Like I ended up getting with her. We ended up getting married. Okay, like I'm waiting to get divorced now. I ended up getting married, and well, she cheats on me like 10 days before we get married. Slept with somebody, and then she cheats on me. I get locked up. I get two possession charges, two 4 to 200s. Okay, and yeah, and well, so and then she cheats on me whenever like I'm in jail for 5 days. She cheats on me with this dude that, and like she came and get my stuff, my property. When I told her no, you don't need to get it. Like I'm gonna get out tomorrow. Don't get it to help this motherfucker out. Like it was just bad. Like and then when I found all this out, like and we only been married for like 3 months, right? She didn't take it serious at all. Like I realized how much of a mistake I made. You know, like yeah, when you marry through thick and thin, but that was not a serious marriage, and I realized it was I was like a trophy to her. Like she got me and this other girl didn't, because before that I was with another woman. She also, I don't know what it's about with women having 3 kids, but it's like that's what I attract, and it's so crazy, so weird, because I'm with someone now that's also got 3 kids. You know, Jess. You know, I love her to death. Like she is my other half for real. You know, but before her though, I was with someone else. And she had 3 kids and she had 3 hellions. Like, and I thought I loved them to death, and I was there for them. You know, and I was the only motherfucker there for them. You know, I would get them hotels even after I had to leave her. Like I was with her for about 3 months. Felt like a lifetime. That 3 months felt like a freaking lifetime. She just used me as a babysitter. She didn't really love me. She didn't give me the love I deserved. So I stepped off. I walked away. Like I had love for myself. I've learned I got greatness about me. I was sad and messed up, depressed because of how I got walked out on. And I never want to get back on the drugs. I never want to do that. It wasn't even my fault that CPS got called. It was the baby daddy's fault. And I didn't want to get back on the drugs, but I missed methadone one weekend. Had to get well. She wasn't gonna let me get well, and she did it too, and it just spiraled out of control. Told her not to do it. Spoke everything against it. It didn't matter. She was gonna do it. And it was the worst thing I could have done at that time. But it is what it is. And we learn. We learn from our mistakes. And but but yeah, so then I get with her and I fought for these kids, but then like that's not enough to make me stay, but I still ended up being there for her afterwards. I still ended up being there for her, and looking out for these kids, getting them hotels, buying them food, like 'cause I'm hustling, I'm making my money, enough to be okay, make sure I got my stuff and keep money coming in, like I had a pretty good system down, and I was responsible with it, and um, when I got caught up, it was because someone snitched on me, dude. It was BS. It was really, really messed up. Messed up because I was looking out for Kayla, taking care of her whenever her man couldn't do it, and so he got mad and snitched on me. It was just some bitch ass shit, really fucked up. But Karma got his ass, and then also Karma got the first girl that just stepped off of me and didn't give me no closure. Same thing happened to her. The dude that snitched on me for no reason, no good reason, he ends up going down for things that he wasn't involved with. For it's so crazy. He ended up going down for uh like fraud, like people do with IDs and writing fake checks and stuff. He wasn't involved in it at all. He didn't even like riding with the dude. Well, he ended up getting pulled over and arrested for that stuff, and he had to go do time on it. Like luckily, I just got probation. Like I got very blessed. Like that's my offer was. Like I didn't have to roll on nobody or anything. I never would do that. And I was gonna take what I was gonna get. And by the grace of God, they offered me 7 years probation. Or else I would have had done like 5 years in prison. But I would have done what I had to do. But so, and then when the next one, whenever she left me, or no, when I left her, But how she, because of me, we were able to get an apartment. She was able to get a vehicle, and she was able to. She loved her job. She loved being able to stay busy and get away from the kids. That was what I realized. Okay, and because of me and me watching them kids and using the check that I got to help with all this, and me being there day in and day out. Okay, it was my devotion, and not cheating on her, doing her right and everything. Um, she took all the credit, acted like she did it all herself. She was Little Miss Badass, and just didn't give me any of the love that I deserved. It was gone all the time, all the time. Just used me as a babysitter. It really, really messed up. And so when I left, she lost. It wasn't a matter of time. She lost everything. Um, she had other dudes that could help, whatever. But no, like she lost the apartment. She lost her car. Um, and so I did felt a little responsible because I left, but I mean she started wanting to go out to bars, and drink without me, like, and it wasn't a bad looking girl, what I'm saying, like, why do you not want me to go? Why can I not go? Oh, because they're my coworkers and you're a druggie and shit. Like, well, so are you. Like, you're no different than me, because I'm high, I'm energetic, I'm high energy. Like, I know how to not seem like I'm on something. I mean, like Jess tells me, like, you're not a normal skitzer. You don't come off that way at all, and I didn't. And so her saying that was just really retarded, really dumb. Knew something was up. I had to go, you know. But I still felt bad for them kids that they had to go through what they had to go through, you know, because her mom drugged them around for all of that shit, And so I was still there for them kids. It wasn't ever for her. It was for them kids, And well, then it wasn't too long, and then I met Jess, and she saved me. She saved my life. Like, because of her, I've been able to get a divine connection with my higher power, with my God, more profound than I ever have in my entire life. I've been able to learn the lessons I need to learn. Because I was able to love myself and walk away from something toxic, and then after knowing and realizing what Kayla was up to and about, and being able to step away from that, it allowed for me to open the door for me to finally get the woman I deserve, and could love me like no one ever has, and like no one ever will. And she's shown me that I can give that same love back. Because I've not always been the perfect man, the perfect boyfriend, or the perfect husband. I've had my faults. But never did I do that. Outside of that one time, when the other chick she was in jail for 3 months. But outside of that, like, if I'm there and I'm about it, I'm about it. Am I stupid sometimes? Have I talked to girls, not in a sexual way, but just talked, behind someone's back? That wasn't that cool. Sure, and so things that I shouldn't have done, but when in Majestic, I've just realized, like, how much someone can be worth not ever making a mistake like that, not ever going behind her back and doing something that would hurt her, giving her the love she deserves in every way, and when something creeps up that could cause problems, or is like block, delete, like, get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really cool. Like, she has really turned me into the man that I was destined to be, and it's amazing. It's so amazing. We go from being addicted to drugs, not having nothing, to now we're clean. We're 4 months clean. We have a vehicle. We have the money to move out. We're just waiting on this lady to help us find a place because we're felons. And then the Lord worked on her baby daddy's heart, and is not gonna make it hard for the kids to come live with us. Like, they can come live with us if they want, and that's what her daughter wants more than anything, is to come be and live with her mama. And then her, she was already calling me her stepdaddy, like, and that's just so wonderful, like, that she could take to me that easily, that quick, because she sees my nature and my love for her, and it's just so amazing. And after being with Jess, and getting clean, like really, really clean, all the way clean, off everything, it's whenever I had, experience, with, the solar flash, or whatever that was, something opened up in the sky. I didn't see it come from the sun, but it came from something and seared my ass, okay? And then it said, it's time to wake people up. This is what's coming, And and it's just amazing, like whenever you're with your twin flame, or or your soulmate, like you just activate each other, and it's wonderful. It's so amazing. I'm walking into my I'm walking in my power. I'm walking in my destiny, and I'm becoming everything I always wanted to be. I'm all I've ever wanted was a family. All I've ever wanted was to be a husband and a dad, and to love and be loved, and getting divorced with Kayla, and me and Jess don't need paper, but I mean, we want to get married. We do want to get married. She's gonna get divorced. I'm gonna get a divorce, and and she deserves a real wedding, you know, um, and to be done right, and that's what I'm doing for her. And and all this stuff's manifesting. God's blessing us. Like God has given me the ability, to be able to do this. Like I'm learning that, like you are the universe experiencing itself. Like as much as you can be grateful and thankful, know that and realize that you did it. It was your choices. It was you nutting up and you doing what you had to do. You manifested that, and I'm learning that. Like when you say, "Oh, well, it's because God or the universe or did it for me." No, 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 no. You're giving your power away. You're disempowering yourself. You know, um, so I gotta work on that. Like, but I'm very thankful, very, very thankful to my higher self, God. Like I couldn't have done it without God. I couldn't have done it without His help and love for me and support for me. Without my love for God and love for people, for humanity as a whole. Like I couldn't keep loving the way that I love after being shitted on and shitted on and shitted on. Or me making mistake after mistakes, deserving to be shitted on. And overcoming all my struggles. And still walking in with all this. Like I've been low to the low, and now I'm coming into my highest of the high. Like for me, I'm very humble. I don't need much. I don't need money. I don't need no fancy cars, no fancy clothes, no fancy home. I just need love. All I want is love. You know, and it's amazing. It's so amazing. You can really turn your life around. You can when you die to yourself. You die to yourself, and you get over yourself. And whenever you got someone that can show you how real love can be, and how, like, yeah, you might have fucked up and hurt me, but I don't care. I'm still gonna love you. It'll change you. Like, and I pray that everyone finds that person. Either way, though, God's that person to everybody. That chooses to love Him. Like it's like God loved you first. God, is who loved us first, and He showed us how to love. That's not always the case, really, because there's a lot of people that don't love God at all, and they're not His children, and He does not. They get worldly stuff, but they don't get to experience life after this. With Him. You know what I'm saying? Like the God's not there for them like He's there for those that do love Him. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you're dark, if you're a dark being, a dark entity, you can change light. I do believe that. I believe it takes the act of God. You know, uh, it's like just get honest with yourself, realize your darkness, realize your evilness, and just give it up. Get over yourself, give it to God, ask God to change you, and He will. He really will. Um, but yeah, I just, hopefully, y'all can relate in some way or another, and anyone that thinks that drug addicts are just no good, scumbag pieces of shit, a lot of them are. Okay, a lot of them are, but so many of them aren't. So many just use because they got shitted on their whole lives, they got done wrong their whole lives, and all they did was do the most for people. All they did was be there and be loving and try to give as much as they could to those around them, and the world doesn't know how to take that, and so it's hard. People turn to drugs when they're done that way. That's what happened to me, but I'm not a piece of shit. I used to think I was, but I had to change my thinking around and get lined up with God's truth. And so, things are a lot better now, a lot better. So, like, hang in there. There is sunshine after the rain. And, I've gone through 29 years of shit about 29 years of just shit for the most part, and now I know, for these 4 months, and nothing's coming up, knocking me off my high horse. Nothing's knocking me down. Not to say that it won't. I just know that I've graduated all these problems that I've had, all these loops that I was in and having to go through. I know I've learned them lessons and reacted in ways that were not like me, like to stay in a relationship even though it was bad. That's what I would do before. Well, I started leaving them when I wasn't being done right. That was different for me. Hey, now I love being clean. Now I'm living life clean. I don't turn to drugs now to face my problems and my emotions. You know, I experience life as it is myself. You know, methadone doesn't produce emotions for you. All it does is keep you from being sick. So it's really really cool. You know, you gotta change. You gotta change your thinking. You gotta if you do what you've always done, you're gonna get what you've always got. That's why you stay stuck in the loop. You know, so yeah, I hope you know someone can relate, understand. You know, if anyone knows a drug addict, loves a drug addict, been a drug addict, you know, hopefully we can give you a little strength, a little hope. You know, just know that I love you, care about you, and God's with you all. You know, and just, all I do is call on Him. You know, it's really cool, really really cool. All right, love you guys. God bless.